Are you wondering what it's like to live in the North Slope Historic District of Tacoma? I'm Marguerite from MoveToTacoma.com, and I'm here today with my friend and past client, Jenny, who moved to the North Slope in 2009.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you've lived here for a really long time. Like, what are the most important things that you think people need to know before they move to the North Slope? It's a neighborhood that's a bit different.
It is. It is my favorite neighborhood of Tacoma. I think because it's got a lot of beautiful historic homes, but also a fair bit of density. We've got historic apartment buildings, but also new ones that have popped up, and I like that about it. My favorite thing probably is that we can walk anywhere from here in 15 minutes. I love that we can walk to the Proctor district, we can walk to 6th Ave, we can walk to the stadium area, we can walk downtown, we can walk down to the waterfront. We have a really lovely path that we like to do that's down and then across on the waterfront and then up through Puget Park and then back through Proctor.
This is a
takes about an
really
hour.
central location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people hear North Slope Historic District and they're like, well, what does it mean to be a historic district? That creates some limitations for you as a homeowner, right? Like, what are those limitations?
It does. It is not something that we were prepared for when we bought our home. I thought, ooh, the cute plaque for the front porch. And like that was all that I thought it meant. But turns out you are limited in things you can do to the front facing exterior of your home. Fewer restrictions if you want to like add on to the back, but it's something like 16 feet back from the front of your house. You have to go before a board and have your plans approved, and sometimes they say no. Like the time that we're in a tall, skinny Victorian with a twin tall, skinny Victorian right next to it, and there are many of this same design of house in this neighborhood and in Tacoma, and some of them have this cute little balcony on the front, and we face the water. It would be nice to have this cute little balcony, and we thought we were gaming the system by working with our twin next door. We were both going to do it. We went before the historic district, whatever, and they said no. And my husband's still pretty mad about it.
So the process is like they have all the rules written out, but really, ultimately, whatever you're going to do, whether it's windows, a balcony, do you have to do this for painting as well?
You don't have to do it for paint, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
But
with all those other things, you have to submit it
basically
for
when you
approval.
apply for your permit with the city, they will tell you that it'll be like approved subject to historical society, whatever. And I think just to keep in mind that if the house already looks pretty, they're going to say no.
Yeah.
If you find a house in the district that needs work, then you're probably going to be approved because you're beautifying things. But if your house already looks fine, then the answer is going to be no.
So I think this is just a really important thing for people to understand before buying in the North Slope because, you know, people are drawn to the area because of the historicalness. Some people, other people just, they're looking for a certain kind of house and it happens to be here. Understanding, are you the kind of person that's okay with other people having a say in what you do with your house, or are you not? And you may think you are and discover you're not. You may not know, and you're going to find out one way or the other. But if you know for sure that you are not, I mean, there are a lot of cute neighborhoods that are very similar right around where you have a little bit more autonomy.
Another thing is the view corridor situation. North Slope is on a slope. And if you are anywhere with any kind of view, if you try to add on to your house, you have to have a view corridor permit approval situation to make sure that you are not blocking anyone who currently has a view.
And does that view corridor approval come through the city or through the North Slope Historic District?
I think that's a city permit.
Okay, great. Anything else? I mean, let's end on a positive note. Like, what?
Like I said, I love my neighborhood. I love being able to walk anywhere. I grew up in rural Pierce County, and there's no sidewalks anywhere. And I used to dream about going for walks. I love walking, and I can pretty much walk anywhere. We are a one-car family, and if there's a car conflict, I can sort it out with my feet, and I really enjoy that. I love being able to see the water. I'd never, ever take it for granted. It's such a gift. So it's a wonderful place to live.
The other thing I would think is like, your kids went to school like around the corner. They can still get to their schools like on their own. Like that is not the case everywhere. There's, sidewalks and access for biking or walking or however you get around.
Yes, my daughter goes to Lowell and walks to school, and my son goes to Stadium High School, and we usually end up driving him to school because it's early and he's a grouchy teenager, but when we can't pick him up, he can just walk home, and it's beautiful. So
That's awesome.
it's not like a arduous walk. It's on lovely tree-lined sidewalk streets. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you for giving us the real talk about life in the North Slope Historic District. We'll go ahead and add some links in the description so that you can dive deeper on some of this. But thank you for taking the time, Jenny.
of course.
Move to Tacoma.com.